Hello, I'm Bill Burt with ETTV, and I'm here with Dave McGillivray, longtime race director and longtime North Andover resident, basically, when we talk about 18, 19, almost 20 years. Race director of the Boston Marathon, and more importantly, why we have him here, the Feaster 5. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you, Bill.
We just want to talk a little bit about the race. 22nd year. Yep. I think 1993 was your first year involved.
Yes.
Anything new this year? What can we expect in this year's running?
You know, we're hoping for another record field size. Last year, our totals were in the 8,500 range, which makes it around the fifth largest road race in New England, right here in Andover. It's exciting. So we're on track to either equal or better that number. And then we're going to do a lot of the same traditional things in terms of the apple pie for all the finishers and the long sleeve t-shirt for everyone. And it's a family event, so we have a family contest where we give away awards to the family that enters the most amount of people. So a lot of the traditional things are there. In terms of anything new, just a lot of good new sponsorship. Companies are very interested in it. Our beneficiaries, one new beneficiary being the Merrimack Valley YMCA, so we're excited to have the Y involved along with Merrimack Valley Hospice. So we're looking to raise record numbers of dollars collectively for those two charities. So we're rocking and rolling right now, and looks like it's going to be another great year.
The weather is always an interesting aspect of the race, and it's, you know, when you're in New England, you can't plan anything. But I got to think over the last 10 years, we've seen every gambit. Right. How do you prepare for the weather?
Well, interesting question, because obviously it's the only thing we cannot control, and it seems like this black cloud that follows me everywhere I travel and put on a race, because there's always, it seems to be anyways, nasty weather. And I'm always nervous about that, because that is the single most difficult challenge. With the Feaster, I don't really worry about it much, because it's November. It's expected to be, you know, challenging temperatures, challenging weather. So whatever it is, people still seem to come out for it. The biggest nemesis, believe it or not, is not the cold or the rain or the snow, or if there was summertime, the heat. It's wind. Wind is the thing that really wreaks havoc. So as long as it's not windy, no matter what the weather is, the temperature is, the conditions are, for the most part, you know, Feaster 5 goes on.
What details can you tell us about the race? The entry fee, and what people need to know when they can pick up the number and whatnot, just the essentials.
Well, what we're trying to do now is trying to encourage people to register online. Our website is www.feaster5.com. So go up on the website, and all the information regarding the race is there. And then to register, you just click on register online, and you're in, and away you go. Just makes life a little simpler for everyone. Not a lot of data entry. You get a confirmation right away, so it works out extremely well. It's $28 to register online right now up until race week. And then race week, if you want to register in person, it's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 12 to 7, Monday and Tuesday, 12 to 6 on Wednesday, before Thanksgiving, at the YMCA, a new location. It's always been at the hotel, and now it's at the YMCA. So we really want people not to go to the hotel to try to register, but to come to the Merrimack Valley YMCA right on Route 133. And then they can register the morning of the race right at the corner of 133 and Route 28 at Woodworth Motors, where we take race day registrations.
A lot last year, I remember.
Yeah, we get about 500-600 plus to register, sometimes up to 1,000. What's an interesting phenomenon about this event is most events, you flick a switch and they sell out in record pace, in a week, in a day, sometimes in an hour. And in this race, you know, people take their time. It's the holiday, so the pace is somewhat slow, and they register more towards the end than on the back end versus on the front end. But we encourage people to try to register early to make sure they get the long sleeve t-shirt, and so that we can plan accordingly, because that's a tough challenge for us, not knowing how many people we're talking about here. So we encourage people to jump online right away. If you're planning on doing it, why not register now? Why wait till later on?
I noticed this year, Bill Rogers is going to be back. He's been here a few times as Joan Benoit Samuelson. Is that official?
Yes. Joni's coming with her whole family.
Two legendary marathoners.
Yep. Billy's coming, Joni's coming, a lot of local celebrities as in the past, whether it be Danny Roach or Jerry Callahan and folks like that. So, you know, we have our collection of local VIPs, along with the icons of the sport, Billy and Joni, and Dick and Rick Hoyt will be participating again. So it's nice to add to the overall event. And the other thing is just might as well state for the record, a lot of people, hardcore runners, might have a problem with people pushing baby joggers or bringing their dog or strollers. And I understand that, and I respect their position. We do the best we can to tell people that if they do have a baby jogger, if they do bring a dog, to try to line up and back. Don't get in the way of everyone else and make it a dangerous situation. We want it to be fun. This isn't what I would consider a hardcore competitive event, even though some people run fast up front. And I doubt very much we're going to, basically, the day's going to come where we say no dogs, no baby joggers, no wagons, none of that. Although most other races, competitive races, those are prohibited. But in this one, we want to do the best we can to coexist. So everybody sort of has to figure out a way to get along and to cooperate, and it'll be a great time.
Other than the one time I ran this, which was about 7 or 8 years ago, I've covered it the last 15 years, and I will say, on the record, we are sponsors, so I guess I should put that disclaimer in. One of my favorite events. The energy in downtown Andover, you couldn't cut it with the knife, it's so thick.
Yeah, I agree. Again, I think the whole facade of the pressure and the intensity and the anxiety that you see at other races where it's more quiet and people are just looking at each other and they're really into, they got their game face on and they're in the mode and all they want to do is run hard and run fast, and when they cross the finish line, they're always upset because they never do as good as they had planned on doing. All that doesn't exist here. It's more just, we're out here, we're alive. We woke up this morning, we're helping some very worthwhile charities, we're with our family, we're participating as a family. It's Thanksgiving, time to give back. The atmosphere, the attitude is just totally positive, and it just feeds on itself throughout the entire 8, 9, 10,000 people that are there on race day.
Get to eat a little extra turkey after the walk too.
Well, I guess that's the excuse, Is like
after you eat the pie.
You can feed your face if you do a little exercise. So it's all about justification.
All right. Well, nice talking to you, Dave.
Thank you, Bill.
We will see you on race day, and thanks for ETTV.